Well, y'all, welcome to Church Street. As this is the podcast here at First Grapevine Methodist Church, and we are grateful to be with you no matter where it is that you are joining us today. Whether it's in your ears or on your phone, we're glad to have you. Today, I am excited to get to share with you some of the things that have made Christmas special for not just myself, but also for Dr. Keva Green, our other pastor here, and I'm Zach Stiefel, and we are grateful for this time. And so what we're going to do today is just kind of share some of the memories that we have, some of our favorite memories of the Christmas season, both maybe a little more current, maybe a little more in the past, and we want to encourage you as well to not only be thinking of your favorite traditions or memories or whatever they may be, but also send them to us, because we would love to hear from you and love to join you in some of those sweet memories that you may have. So as we get started, I'm going to just open it up. Keva, tell us about your favorite childhood Christmas memories.
Wow, childhood. For me, that was a long time ago. Well, our family would have a tradition that on Christmas Eve, we would sit down and we would read the Christmas story together. We'd be close to the Christmas tree, and my dad would always open up Luke chapter 2 and would read the Christmas story. And then after that, on Christmas Eve, we could only open one gift. And so sometimes they'd pick out which gift they wanted us to open that evening. And then we'd eat chili. Chili was always a part of our Christmas Eve family together.
That is my kind of Christmas.
Yeah. And then Christmas morning was a little bit different. My mamaw would come down, and she would be there with us for Christmas Eve and the Christmas morning. But she had a stroke when she was in her 50s. And so she was in a wheelchair. She was paralyzed. But on Christmas morning, they would roll her in beforehand, and the door would be closed. And they'd have to make sure she was all set, and my parents were all set, and then they'd say, okay, you can come in. And then my brother and I would come running in, and that's when the stockings and the other gifts were out and so forth. And it was always exciting and a chance for us just to share gifts and share time together.
Yeah,
so in our little
amazing.
town, we didn't have a Christmas Eve service. So I'm glad our church has one. I think that's special for families.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you have chili for breakfast, too, on Christmas
Oh,
Day?
no.
Okay.
It was other good stuff
There we
for
go.
breakfast. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Was this your mama on your mom's side or your dad's side?
My mom's side.
Your mom's side, okay.
Yeah.
I love it. And did she live close by as you were growing up?
She was in Abilene, and we were in Winter. So it was about 40 miles away.
Okay.
She lived in a assisted living home, but we would go up every weekend to see her, and then certain weekends would bring her back to stay with us. And so certainly holidays, she would come back, and it was always special to have her there.
That's awesome.
So,
And
so how about you?
For me, my mom decorates for Christmas incredibly well. There were themes to rooms and trees and everything. So she has, in the main living room is all Santa. In the, for lack of a better term, formal living room, there is this beautiful gold kind of angelic tree that there in her kitchen. It is gingerbread themed. In one of the bathrooms, it used to be Harley Davidson for my dad. Now it's turned into the Grinch. But I've always loved that, and getting to really see what all there is, and just it's always done up so beautifully. My mom does a really good job. I'll give her a lot of compliments there. But so just the decoration piece as a whole was always really big for me. I've always really loved it, and she still does it to this day. It's great. But when I think of actual Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, so we would always, every Christmas Eve, we get together with my dad's side of the family. And we would typically gather at either my grandmother's assisted living place, our house, or my dad's brother's house, in which they live in Arlington. And we have family from Lubbock, and then most of us are based around here. And just a good time to gather. And so we'd always spend it with them. We would typically go to a 11 p.m. Christmas Eve service whether that was at Meadowbrook United Methodist Church, which is where my dad grew up, or the church that either I grew up at, or the church that my aunt and uncle go to or went to in Arlington at the time. And so always would go to Christmas Eve as a family, which was great. And now that's turned into they typically will go to wherever I am on Christmas Eve, which is very kind and really great. But so we would be there, and then we would always come home. My older sister and I would just be excited for the next day. And it was a day of, wearing pajamas and opening gifts. And then the big thing for us is my mom's mom would come over on Christmas Day for the late afternoon dinner around 4 p.m. The big thing was our room had to be clean. And we had to make up the bed, and then we had to present our gifts and put them out on our bed for our grandmother to come see them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was very fun. And yeah, those are just some sweet memories. It was a great time. And so I love what you were saying, that on Christmas Eve you would open one gift.
Right.
Christmas Day you would open the other gifts. What's your all-time favorite gift?
Oh, wow. That's easy for me. Actually, it was a gift that wasn't intended for me.
Okay.
So my mother was just really a neat person. But she and my dad used to play in a bridge club. And at bridge club one night with all these other couples around, somehow they talked about a unicycle. And my mother made the comment that she knew that she would be able to ride a unicycle because she was really good on the bicycle.
Yeah.
And so they were all kind of laughing about it and saying, well, I think it's probably a lot harder than you think. And she was convinced that she would be able to. And so that particular Christmas, and I was probably about, 9,
Okay.
10 years old, my dad bought my mother a unicycle. And so she got the unicycle. She tried it once, and it very quickly became mine and my brother's. And then not long after that, we got a second unicycle because we did learn to ride the unicycle. She never did. She couldn't get up on it. But yeah, so that was my favorite Christmas gift that wasn't even meant for me.
Yeah. So. Who was better at the unicycle, you or your brother?
Oh, I was definitely. I could bounce a basketball. I could go down the street bouncing a basketball, and I could twirl on it. Wow. So I even performed at twirling camp one year at McMurray University. When we had the final show out on the football field, I even rode the unicycle and twirled in front of everybody. So I was hoping to do it for Christmas Eve, but, I guess we've got other things scheduled this year.
There's always Easter.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. So
you still have the unicycle?
No, I don't have the unicycle. Okay. But I do have the batons and fire batons and swords, sabers that, but yeah, I guess I need to get another unicycle, right?
Maybe so. I would try it. I would be bad at it because balance is not my strength to begin with, but I would try it.
Well, it was pretty cool. In our front yard, we had a tree that had a limb that just kind of went out at the right height. And so we learned by, climbing on, because that's the difficult part, is just getting on. It's not riding it, because after you get going, your balance keeps you going.
Yeah.
It's getting on and getting off it. And sometimes getting off can be real quick.
Yeah, for sure. That's funny.
Yeah. So how about you? What was your favorite gift?
So like I mentioned, my dad is a motorcycle rider and has been for essentially his whole life. And so when I was, I don't know how old, call it 11 or 12, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. But he gave me a dirt bike so that we could go ride dirt bikes together.
That's even more exciting than a unicycle.
It was very, very fun. It was one of those days that we had a dog at the time, which is funny because I'm allergic to dogs. And so why would we have a dog? Nobody knows. But it was an outside dog, allergies. And I remember us opening gifts, and in the middle of it, just out of nowhere, my dad saying, I got to go feed the dog. So went outside, and then he wheeled the motorcycle out.
Wow.
It was really, really cool.
Cool.
A special memory. And then we got to ride together for a while, which was super fun. He still does it. I do not anymore. But it's still his thing.
That's cool.
That was a really fun one, and just turned into a lot of fun memories with my dad which
Oh.
I'll never take that for granted. So that was a good one. And I'm curious now. So these are childhood memories. When your kids were growing up, did y'all have any particular traditions that just really stuck with you with your kids?
Well, we had the tradition of we had to go see both families.
Okay.
And my husband was raised Catholic, and so we would go to his parents' house for Christmas Eve. He was one of 11 children. They actually had
Wow.
15, but 4 died at infancy, but
Yeah.
11 children. So it would be with all the cousins and aunts and uncles, and it was crazy. And so with 11 kids and the parents, we were each responsible for 1 month of a calendar. And so on Christmas Eve, at a certain point, we would have this presentation where your family had been responsible for doing, and we always got the month of December, presenting your calendar page and why you put on it, the pictures you put on it, or the jokes or whatever you did. And then you would put whoever's birthdays or anniversaries or whatever it was that fell in that month.
Yeah.
But we'd start with January, and so whoever had January would stand up first, and their whole family would go up there and present, and then the February and so forth, and we would be the last family. So we'd do that, eat, and then we'd go to midnight mass
So cool.
at their little bitty Catholic church out in the country. But for our family, we needed to get to my parents' house for Christmas morning, and it was about 4 hours away. And so we'd go to midnight mass, we'd load the kids up in the car with their pajamas. They'd just enjoyed this huge family and all this whole house full of people. And then we'd drive through the night
Yeah.
to get to my parents' house, put the kids in bed, and then the next morning they'd wake up and it would be at my parents' house. And it was just my parents, and then I only have one brother, and they only had one child. And so it was a much smaller group, but then we would celebrate Christmas there, and it was much calmer than at the other one
How
with
fun.
45 or however many more people there were. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I love that. And I'm sure that's something that stuck with your kids too.
Yeah. Yeah.
The calendar idea is really cool.
Isn't
I've
that
never
cool?
heard of that.
Well, and if you have 11 kids, it works out, and the parents, it works out everybody gets their month.
Yeah.
So
Was there a reason you got December?
our anniversary was in December.
Okay.
So a lot of it depended on, who in your family had birthdays or anniversaries or whatever.
Yeah, what was the milestone of the month?
Yeah, and so our anniversary was December 31st, and
Okay.
so we got December.
How
So,
cool.
Yeah.
That's a fun tradition.
Yeah, so that's neat. In fact, they still get together and
Still do the same thing.
yeah, still have calendar page
That's fun.
date when everybody comes together. And it's such a big family. You didn't give gifts. You would the kids would draw names.
Yeah.
For giving gifts. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That sounds like on Cheryl's mom's side of the family, she was one of 7, and they do what they call Cajun Christmas, because when you're from Lafayette, you have Cajun
yeah,
Christmas.
of course.
It's now turned into Cajun Thanksgiving. But
Oh, okay.
This was the first year of Cajun Thanksgiving. But my first year to go, I think there was 58 people there.
Wow.
Between what they call Gen 1, Gen 2, and now we're up to Gen 3. And just, it's a ton of fun. And the food's really good because Cajun.
Yeah.
And just a whole lot of fun. And they like to pull pranks on each other, and it's just a great time. We haven't been able to make it too recently, but hopefully we'll get back soon.
Cool.
For us, we're in this season of life, I guess, where we're really starting to create these traditions as a family. And it's interesting because my oldest, her birthday is a week before Christmas.
Ah.
So we do birthday stuff and then we do Christmas stuff, which oftentimes will overlap a little bit. But I think last year the big thing she wanted to do was ride the merry-go-round on Main Street.
Aw.
So that was her big birthday. This is what I want to do, is I want to go ride the merry-go-round. This year we're doing the train, the North Pole Express.
Oh, that's
here in
right.
Grapevine.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be a lot of fun. But something that I think is really cool that Cheryl's parents did while she was growing up is every single year she and her sister would get an ornament. And they would get to pick them based on a trip they went on, whatever it may be. And like I think she has one is a cell phone tree, Christmas tree, because that was the year she got her cell phone and that kind of stuff. But now she got to keep all of her own ornaments. And so that's the majority of our ornaments on our tree is the ones that Cheryl's grown up with. And
That's cool.
we started doing that with the girls as well. This is your ornament. We write the year and their name on it. And when they are old enough to have their own Christmas trees, we'll send them off with them. So a fun little tradition. And we, for the past couple of years, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, we will put up our tree, and we'll all wear matching pajamas, of course.
Of course.
And bake Christmas cookies and then decorate the tree together. It's a little destructive at this point in time. We didn't get to put up all of our nice ornaments because
Somebody's at
the tree
right age.
shakes at this point.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, and only the top 2/3 of our tree is really decorated because the bottom third is
Yeah.
right at the perfect grabbing length. It's like the tree in your front yard. It was the perfect height.
Yeah.
But we have this video of our youngest one. So funny that we put those. It's a non-breakable ornament, and it's right in her grasp. And she goes and she plucks it off the tree, and you look at her. And I looked at her and said, "What are you going to do with that?" And she just throws it at me. She thinks it's a ball. Of course.
Of course. And you're thankful it's not one of those
That's right,
breakable
not breaking
ones.
one was. But yeah, just that's a fun tradition that we do. Is that day in particular is marked out on the calendar. We are baking Christmas cookies and we are putting up our tree together
Aw,
in our pajamas.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I neglected to mention at the beginning of our time together that we also have Paul Bielss here. And he's off camera, so you wouldn't have known that if I hadn't told you this. But Paul, you don't have a microphone in front of you, but is there any traditions you would like to share?
Just, I guess,
Putting him on the spot here, y'all.
Yeah. Make him get a microphone.
well, this one's not turned on, so.
Oh, I'll share mine.
You can have my seat.
Here, take my seat.
Now we've got producer Dr. Keva Green, making sure we sound good and we look good on this thing.
I'll push some buttons for you.
I guess our biggest traditions were always watching the same movies.
Okay.
And when Becky and I were first married, we always watched White Christmas. Now, as Patrick got older and everything like that, into his teenage, he rebelled against that. And so it then became, I'm sorry, but we do consider this a Christmas movie, and that is Die Hard. So
You don't got to apologize to us about that.
we put up, and now that Patrick and Pamela are not in the same household, we all talk about, all right, we put up the tree, and did you watch Die Hard? You know, and I guess that was some of our tradition. But we also, because I work for churches, for when they were very young, it was, I would work the 11 o'clock service and then come back and everything like that. So that gave me a opportunity to put out the presents that we had wrapped and everything like that for them. And that was always a special time for Becky and I.
Yeah, I love that.
And so, and then when they woke up, they got to unwrap. And it's the same thing. We basically let them unwrap one present on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And then the rest on that. And then my mother, when I was in college, they built onto their house. And it was a den, supposedly. But some people called it the gym, not a den, because it was huge. And she would cover that thing in Christmas paraphernalia. And one time I will never, ever, ever forget this, and that is when Patrick was about 2, he had more presents than he could. They were higher than he was standing up. And that was all from my mother. And my mother did, and we also had Oma Christmas. We were German, and so basically my mother and father were Oma and Opa. And so Oma Christmas meant that she would forget about a present. And so you might have Oma Christmas in June. And she wouldn't save it for next year. She would give it to you. And so you might find a Oma Christmas, in June, July, August, or something like that. But my mother would start also buying Christmas literally on the 27th of December for the next year.
Wow.
Okay.
She waited for Boxing Day to pass.
Of course. And then start.
In.
Yeah. She didn't want to get started too early, you know.
Right. Yeah. That's
and
funny.
so those were the things that stand out to me. But yes, her special time, my mother's special time was Christmas, and so yes, like you were saying about your mother, she had different rooms and different themes in those rooms and everything like that. And she had those, and I call them creepy dolls, but whatever you want to call them, the animatronics that this kind of and it's kind of like you see those at night. When it's 2:00 in the morning and you're having to be up for getting a drink or whatever, and it's kind of like that just looks creepy,
Yeah.
when it's out of context.
That's funny. I love it.
So, but anyway.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me jump on. I'm going to jump back over here.
Thank you for sharing.
Very good.
And like we said at the beginning of this, we would love to know your traditions and some of your favorite memories. Please reach out to Pastor Keva, myself. We would love to hear from those. There will be a picture on Facebook. You can comment there and show us some of your favorite memories. We hope this has been a wonderful time for you as we've kind of walked down memory lane, and it's a joy to get to share some of the things that were important to us with y'all. So we hope this has been meaningful, and we hope to hear from you.
Yeah, you can share your comments, but also if you've got some old pictures, share your pictures too. We'd love seeing that. So
that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah. Well, y'all, thank you for joining in with us today. We hope that this has been a blessing, and we can't wait to hear from you soon. Have a good day.